Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity. We have just arrived at Caed Nua, where another Watcher lives, and we are asked we want to go try and talk to him. So, first have this guy here, Kana. Just off the side of the path into Caed Nua stands an imposing figure, a tall, thick-set Almawa, clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hand is a small piece of charcoal, and it works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has to reach up to prevent his colorful cap from falling off his head as he gazes upward. That moldy brickwork must be fascinating. The man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin, and he waves the parchment in greeting.
It is. Well, not the wall itself, perhaps. The construction is very traditional. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks. Just there. Workers and masons, I expect. Carving a little immortality for themselves. It's a fine keep, Caed Nua. 2 centuries to its name, and abandoned for nearly as long. But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Meerwald, but it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
I came here looking for Meerwald as well.
Oh, truly? Then perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I've never seen the like. I didn't want to risk it alone, but you seem capable. Together, I'm sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Meerwald. I seek a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of the Rauatai, but we possess only a fragment of it. A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I uncovered evidence that leads me to believe the original lies just there, beneath the keep.
Then we must find it.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Ah, wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Wondrous teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exometal they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for. I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
What are a few assassins between friends?
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
And we have our 6th party member. He is a chanter. He also is ugly. That hair. Oh my god. I'm a terrible person. But seriously, that is a little terrifying. Okay, so invocations. These are... Yes. These are the things that he sings and what buffs they give us. We'll get more of these as he levels up. Oh no, actually, sorry. This is the powerful things, the things I usually use for summons, so that summons a phantom. Or it's a AoE. What I usually do though, they removed? Huh. They don't have the skeletons. So I'll grab the phantom. Ancient Memory basically just constantly has an AoE heal up for a minute. As long as he's chanting, which is awesome. Yes, please. More into lore. Oh, actually, well, he has one in survival from something. Wait, no, he doesn't. We want one of that. I could also make him a mechanic. He has some start to it. Put one in athletics just for the second wind. These are the things. Okay, so this is what you sing. So it has anti-slash and pierce damage, anti-concentration, or a slow AoE. Dull the edge and blunt the point. I chose that because I was really considering having him be ranged, though I still probably have to have him in close enough to get the chance off. More lore. So I don't really want the foe. Cone, friendly AoE damage reduction, slash, and shock. This is damage. Versus reflex. This is shock, this is crush. Go with this one since it's shock and I don't have much of that. Love spirits. So now it's even better.
Following your lead.
No, we don't want to talk to him. Class behavior, summoner. Prioritize the summons if none are available. Support invocations are emphasized. That one. And aggressive save. You have equipped. You have an arquebus, which is extremely slow. I will leave you on the guns for now. Why not? Oh, and he has his own headband. +1 to intelligence. The other thing you have to do with them is you have to make sure they are set up. So their side of their comrades are hard screw rolled, so fortitude and will bonuses, reflex, and movement. So set up this one. And so they will chant between them. I don't really care about reflex and movement as much as I want these, so. And they'll just keep going. Like that. So during battle, that's what he'll do. And then you can... Okay, he already had the... Okay, so he already had the skeletons, and that's why it didn't come up. There we go.
Well, nice and slow.
One formation. I don't know why everybody they add tries to take that position. I'm not
Following your
sure
lead.
what the... Okay, there we go. So those are the ranges. So let's...
Right away.
No. Not
Well,
silly. There we go. And then make
Following
sure
your
everyone's
lead.
in the range. Yes, it looks like everyone should be
yes.
within range, if we do this correctly. Deer cap. Skein bone. Up and around the Caed Nua. More things to pick up. And then, oh, we can't get there. Okay, so let's run back. I'll click on the magnifying glass later. We will be spending a fair amount of time here. I'll need to go
Hello?
back up into that corner at some point.
Hello? Once
Hi.
more through the gates. With more success this time, I hope. Wraith, sailors, maidens. Mow it.
Yana! So, we got 3. It's not necessary here, but do it anyway.
Roak 10.
Now we have an extra.
Wraith, sailors, maidens.
Frayed links of rope and a few flint chips
Of
are scattered
course.
across this workbench. I also figured I could do it here. Oh, I can't. Nope. Okay. Only weeds grow in this dusty patch. The hedges grow in shaggy heaps, shot through with weeds and tall grasses. More things to kill. Reloading. That's pretty awesome.
Of course.
I never really use guns.
Nice and quiet.
I just never
Of
picked up a
course.
character and made them use guns. That's a doorway. Let's not go in there yet. I haven't cleared out the outside. Wow. Wow, that was fast. And you say? Tangled wires and broken gears litter these wooden boxes. One side of this pillar is graven with hundreds of whorls and ridges. Even under a layer of grime and moss, the adra gleams.
Kill them all!
Keeping an eye out.
Okay, looks like I got most. Oh, I didn't loot the corpse. Silly. Bam. This trapdoor has been battered by the elements. Tugging on the rusted handle only produces a heavy rattling. We can't go that way. That's for sure. Oh, flame! That's cool.
This is a...
It's probably not great for endurance.
I shall be discreet.
But we got some primal flames.
As you wish.
To me, this just looks like a.
Leave our village! We've done nothing to you!
Okay. This to me looks like a giant right hand. Just weird.
Wait.
No, it's not. Is it a real person? I can't tell
What
if
is
it's a
it?
real person or a ghost.
Nice and quiet.
Okay, let's go say hi.
You can't do this!
Spectral smoke churns all around you. At first you can see nothing except the haze, but gradually you make out the wizened, hunched shape of an old elven man. His face and bone-thin arms are smeared with paint. He shakes his hand, spitting the words at you. Do what? Now listen.
This is our village! Our home! The Nine Claws have lived here almost 50 generations. We were here long before your kind brought war to our lands. You can't just burn it all! Have mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone! You can't burn us all because of them!
After a pause, he draws back and gapes at you in horror, seemingly in response to something you didn't actually say, but illusory tongues of flame flicker at the corners of your vision. He reaches out to you and opens his mouth to say something, but all that emerges is a series of violent coughs. He falls to his knees, choking on the thickening smoke. Flames overtake the vision as you back away. Well, that doesn't seem fun.
Keeping an eye out.
Singular will-o-wisp.
Wait. Sail.
Get right. Oh, hello?
Well? Keeping quiet.
Did it confuse Jay Stink? It was yellow there for a while. Okay, so I can go in here. Seems like a good idea. The old watcher. Oh, hey. Make sure it's not trapped.
Well, that's, unusual.
Ooh, Whispers of Yenwood. Unique sword, one-handed. Let's take a look at this. Before Ayla, Adair, I don't know how you keep calling him Ayla. Interrupt is 0.5. Damage 12 to 17. Crush damage, accuracy versus deflection. 30% of grazes to hits. Featherkin spirits. Plus 2 cons, minus 3 will. Its blade covered with graceful Glenfathan engravings, Whispers of Yenwood, was once the sword of the first Road Warden of Caed Nua. When the Earl of Yenwood appointed Caed Eodhart, the young lord feared the spirits that were ruined to dwell under the young castle's foundation. He spent a sizable sum to have the Black Yemmerin seal blade forged, shipped to the Eastern Reach for engraving by the Earl's Glenfathan slave artisans. Sorry, I thought I was done with that. And enchanted in New Dunrid. Caed is known to have used the sword in the Battle of Old Garen and to help the neighboring Raedricks suppress an uprising in Gilded Vale. But there is no recorded use of it in Caed Nua. For a time, Caed began to believe that the sword had been cursed by the Glenfathan artisans who decorated it. He confided in those close to him that he thought... one second. Sorry about that. He confided in those close to him that he thought the spirits of the dead were speaking to him through the blade while he slept. One evening, against the pleas of his wife and soldiers, a maddened Caed carried the sword deep into the misty woods of Aer Glanfoth. His body was never recovered. But the next Road Warden, the Earl assigned to Caed Nua, found it waiting for him on the throne in the keep's great hall. Then the soldiers could explain how the sword had appeared there. No Road Warden has carried the sword since that day. I think I'll pass on it. Yeah. Let's go with a no. Shadows, phantoms.
Bring them!
Even though it'd probably be really good here with all the shades and such spirits that we're fighting. I'd rather not have mine through the will.
Keeping quiet.
The gray and brown pelts of mice flit between the boards. The brasier's chains are rigid with rust.
As you wish.
Stairs up. There's a door here. Let's finish out looking around before we choose a direction. Oh. As you come to the end of the great hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. As you approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate, as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air.
Another watcher in Caed Nua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
Who's that speaking?
I'm sorry if I startled you. I'm afraid my manners have been slipping. I haven't had much opportunity for introductions lately. In any case, I assume you're here looking for Merwald.
Tell me more about Merwald.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been. So he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we'd made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
And are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins. One of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul.
Interesting.
Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
So where is this Merwood fellow?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Oh. That's almost
Let's see
assuredly
what lies this way.
where we will need to go, so let's not go there. Treasury. You know, for a treasury, that's very, disappointing. Library. Ooh. It's haunted. Yeah, you whack that ghost in the face. Shh. Spiders have taken up residence in the empty shelves.
As you wish.
Nothing else. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and check out upstairs. I already did that one. It feels as if cobwebs are the only things holding this rickety old nest together. Something that has made a nest out of the old straw mattress ticking. There's nothing here either.
I'll see what I can find.
Leaves us with one option.
They won't see me coming.
There's no.
There's my little soldier. Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
As you draw near, the apparition in front of you resolves into an elven woman. Her stringy hair is tied back and she tugs at a loose thread on her apron. There's a distant, hollow look in her eyes until she notices you. A frail smile descends like a veil over her face. She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. And no complaints. You've got to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up as strong and be a real soldier one day. Just like we agreed, right? She watches you out of the corner of her eye. Say nothing.
Soldiers are important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
Remind me what happened to my, father.
Before you were born, the Glandfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
He was one of the people the Glenfathans killed? That's what I said. Her voice is low and hoarse, and her hand is frozen over the basket. Something dark and empty clouds over her eyes.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge. Why don't you go back out and play? I'll finish up here.
Interesting. Let's continue down deeper. Well, I I was going to
Wait.
stealth. Lots of spiders here. Definitely want to. Oh, it's arc like that. That's not that great. Let's pull in the skeletons. We go right to battle. Oh wow! I did not realize I was so low health. Spear spider.
Well,
Sitting and doing nothing again.
what is it?
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
I won't be able to rest here because you're.
Bring them down!
Wait. Sail.
I'll let... That's it!
Trigger those while we're at it. We can summon the skeleton.
Follow.
Just didn't get lazy there. Oh,
New orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
silver trails of slugs
Hey.
inside the barrels.
Yes?
Seems we have another ghost. A spectral man arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Adir insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch.
His voice falters and he shakes his head. The hand holding the paper drops to his side. Listen.
The instructions come from Admeth Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't.
A ghostly sigh forms a mist in front of his lips.
It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts. I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, we're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
He really doesn't sound like he likes the orders, which is at least a good thing. But I think with that, we will end the episode and continue our exploration of Caed Nua on the next one. I hope you'll join me then, hopefully without coughing again.